Paulo. Balikan ko kung Teddy yung kay Attorney Paulo na immune from suit, si VP Sara. I would agree definitely that the Ombudsman, whatever the school of thought is empowered by law to investigate VP Sara still for the purposes of filing an impeachment complaint. And ano yung bombastic na, kinikilig talaga ako, like ako talaga, I get goosebumps when I think about it Since may mga file na plunder case, mayroong affidavit ni Madriaga, may question dun sa confidential funds
Kasama na ba yung kay Madriaga dyan?
No, I mean the Ombudsman Nasa office na niya Ang point may two routes. Routes to what? Pathways to what? To open or get the bank records of VP Sara.
Two separate cases yan.
Yes, two separate cases. But the point is, the Ombudsman is empowered to, for the purposes of filing an impeachment complaint, do case build-up, investigate, inquire, and get the bank accounts to see, may pumasok bang pera na confidential funds sa bank account.
Alam mo, sorry to let you down, Attorney Jess, no? Pero hindi yun mangyayari. Kasi sinagot na yan ng Supreme Court na ang Ombudsman, wala siyang kapangyarihan na mag-inquire into bank accounts kung wala pang na-file na kaso in court. I think that's the Marquez versus Desierto case. So, yung kinakikiligan mo, sorry, hindi mangyayari yan.
But,
Sino ba itong nababalitaan ko na Ramil Madriaga na yan?
well, at Ramil Madriaga, very confident, controversial and bombastic yung kanyang revelation. Biglang parang lumabas lang siya with an affidavit. But of course, na-file na yan ng abogado niya with the Ombudsman. So meron na siyang legal effect, no? Pinapabasa na kay Ombudsman yung affidavit. Allegedly, Ramil Madriaga is a very close security officer, all-around bagman. Yung lawyer to ni Madriaga, the lawyer Madriaga said they would prefer Madriaga to be called as a bagman rather than as an aide, security aide, etc.
Pero nakakulong siya, di ba?
Nakakulong on kidnapping charges which they allege is made up by Attorney Harry Roque para patahimikin siya
Sa Pogo.
a different case for Pogo sa Bataan.
Kaya hindi ko makonect yung data. Sabi ko, ang layo naman yata nitong to.
Pero sa affidavit niya, dami niya parang sinasabi na alam niya, insider siya sa Duterte. Sara Duterte and President Duterte.
Si Attorney Paulo, alam ko, you represent Kitty Duterte. Pero ano ba yung mga, from a lawyer's point of view, ano ba kredibilidad ni Madriaga?
Medyo malabo yung credibility niya para sa akin kasi unang-una, nakakulong siya. Kidnap for ransom, not bailable. Tapos, ayon na mismo kay Congresswoman De Lima, sumulat siya sa kanya. Sa isang tao na kilalang anti-Duterte or galit sa Duterte, humihingi siya ng tulong. So, ano yung kapalit nung tulong na hinihingi niya, 'di ba? So, parang playing to the crowd siya by saying na meron akong mabigat na alegasyon laban kay VP Sara, kay PRRD, ibibigay niya ngayon sa taong galit kay Duterte.
Kasi lawyer din si De Lima, dating Justice Secretary.
Pero, tapos, tignan din natin nakita ko yung affidavit niya. Unang-una, walang laman. In
Sa
terms
hinaba-haba ng affidavit na yun?
In terms of proof, walang laman. Ngayon, napanood ko sa Bilyonaryo, yung interview doon sa abogado niya, tinatanong sa kanya ni Pinky Webb, ano yung pruweba? Diba? Ang sabi, nakakita kami ng Facebook pictures. Yun lang? Yun lang ang pruweba ng connection nila ni VP Sara. Kung parehong Facebook pictures yung nakita ko, ang nakikita ko lang, ang napapatunayan lang nun, fan siya ni VP Sara. Yun lang. So, yun Tapos, lumabas yung affidavit bago i-file sa Ombudsman. So, anong ibig sabihin nun? May nag-operate. So, ibig sabihin nito, talagang pinapaugong to kasi demolition job lang ito, patuloy na demolition job laban kay VP Sara.
Di ba sila nagsasawa? Ang dami-daming ano masasabi mo, Rep. Teddy?
Siguro ang magiging tulong ni Madriaga, if ever, he can probably corroborate some things. Hindi ko alam kung magiging effective siya as a star witness o stand-alone. Ang appreciation ko pa, may mga sinasabi siyang nagtutugma doon sa ilang evidence, ilang mga testimonya. So I think it will have to be studied well. Tingin ko kailangan pa magpalalim ng investigasyon, probably ang Ombudsman. Pero meron siyang mayaambag siguro in building up the case against the Vice President, particularly yung sa confidential intelligence funds.
The question begging answers is, why is Congressman o party list rep De Lima is parang naglo-lawyer sa kanya? Di ba merong conflict of interest yan?
Hindi natin masabi, but alam mo naman si Secretary De Lima, she's a lawyer, she was
Yeah.
former DOJ.
Yes.
She's probably familiar with many of the things na sinasabi ni
But she's an incumbent
Madriaga.
congresswoman, di ba, Attorney Jess?
I don't think she's lawyering for Madriaga. I actually think she's just facilitating na marinig yung story ni Madriaga. Ang problema kasi ni Madriaga, feeling niya hindi naririnig yung kanyang kwento na yung kidnapping allegations are false. Bakit siya lumapit kay De Lima? Because De Lima also faced false and politically baseless charges.
Yes.
And she was vindicated. Now we all know na for a fact na mali yung mga kaso kay De Lima. So si Madriaga, he has faith and confidence in De Lima na ay dati itong politically accused na tao na napagdaanan niya, nalampasan niya, maniniwala to sa akin or mas maniniwala compared sa ibang tao na hindi naman pinagdaanan niya.
Pero natatakot ako para sa kanya kung comparison niya si De Lima dahil 6 na taon siya nagdusa sa detention bago siya na-acquit.
Ganon talaga, madaming political prisoners in the world ay matagal na kukulong bago ma-vindicate.
Okay. Ituloy natin ang usapan tungkol kay VP Sara kasi nabanggit ni Attorney Paulo na si Vice President is facing graft and plunder cases pa. Ano mangyayari noon? Patong-patong na. Ano bang meron pang impeachment siyang hindi pa na-resolve sa Supreme Court yung di ba? Hindi pa na-resolve and yet doon na namang bago sa ombudsman.
Well, sa ombudsman, ang alam ko dyan is ang pinaka-worst na pwede mangyari kay VP Sara sa Office of the Ombudsman is mag-refer siya ng impeachment complaint sa House of Representatives.
Yes.
Hanggang dun lang. Hindi siya pwede mag-file ng separate na kasong kriminal laban kay VP Sara. So limited ang options ni Ombudsman Remulla kasi impeachable officer si VP Sara.
Tsaka the same offenses din yung na-accuse sa kanya sa di ba, Attorney Jess? The same articles of impeachment kaya lang in the form of complaints sa ombudsman.
Not necessarily. I think ang sinabi ni Prof. Shelo Magno and some of the complainants there, talagang they just did not collate all of the transcript and evidence dun sa mga Quadcom hearings tsaka Senate hearings on the confidential funds. But there are some other or new evidence na sinama nila kasi grabe kung nakita yung picture ng mga documents na final nila, annexes, sobrang dami. Doon sa issue ng impeachability or immunity from suit. Of course, Attorney Paolo, he believes na may immunity from suit si VP Sara. I would just like to introduce the idea na that's just one school of thought.
Yeah, meron pang
Because
yan.
there's a competing school of thought. So,
Wala pang
nare-resolve ng Supreme Court. Does the Vice President have the same immunity from suit
Like the President? Oo.
Pero based on precedents, based on history, we have to look at VP Lenny. Lenny Robredo was sued for sedition. Lenny Robredo was sued for a lot of other things, no? Pero na-dismiss na lang quietly, na ni-lawyer up na lang niya.
Pero si Presidente Duterte mismo nag-lawyer sa kanya. Huwag na kayo mag-impeach. Elected ng tao yan.
That is for impeachment. But for the sedition, mga tao ni Duterte pa din yung nagpa-file nun. But anyway, ang point ko dyan, Mami Chu, is nagkaso pa din sila, even if may school of thought na immunity from
Yes,
suit.
oh.
So the fact na based on history, based on precedents, based on practice, na mukhang walang belief ang gobyerno na may immunity from suit ang isang Vice President, what has been done before can be done to VP Sara unless she files a case in court, sa Supreme Court, the Supreme Court says may immunity from suit.
In short, from a layman's point of view, harassment suits lang yan.
Not really. I wouldn't say so. I would highly disagree sa harassment suit.
Anyway, sabi
Sagutin
ni...
ko lang yung sinabi ni Attorney Jess, no? Actually, yung sinasabi mong Supreme Court decision na wrong but enforceable, na-cover na yung tanong na yun, whether VP Sara is immune from suit.
Yeah.
Ang sabi ng Supreme Court, of course, the Vice President, as with any impeachable officer, is not immune from criminal liability for things she did during her term.
Yes.
Pero she is procedurally immune from being sued during the term. So, kailangan antayin na bumaba siya sa pwesto, kaya mag-resign siya or ma-impeach siya bago tumuloy yung mga kasong ganyan. So, nandyan yan sa Supreme Court decision on the impeachment.
May mga manonood na lawyers sa atin, law students. So ako, I just have to give the counterpoint, kontrapunto, no? That would be considered obiter dictum. Meaning, hindi siya important to the resolution of the initial Supreme Court decision which was issued July 28 or somewhere July 2025, no? So, I don't think that is going to be binding on a future case kung may immunity from suit or not.
Okay, let's
Marichu,
take the non-legal point of view.
Ayun!
Hindi, ang point of view ko is as one of the complainants in the impeachment complaint
Okay.
last year.
Yung sa for impeachment.
Yes.
Oh.
Alam mo, okay lang yan na nag-file sa ombudsman. The problema dyan, yung mga kaso sa Pilipinas, tumatagal na 10 taon, 15 years. So malamang, tapos na ang term ni Vice President Duterte, hindi pa tapos ang kaso. Which is why impeachment, for me, is a much better option kasi mabilis.
Yes.
Time-bound yun eh.
Yeah. Sa
At
February 6 ang next.
Correct,
round.
correct.
Filing.
Alam mo
Filing.
yung kasong mga ganyan, it will take years. Ang haba ng proseso niyan. Kaya, while that is okay, I think we also have to focus on the impeachment, especially parating na yung February, supposedly nagtatapos ang 1-year ban.
Oo.
Pero wala pa rin decision ng Supreme Court, so inaantay din natin yon.
Pero sa pang lawyer na celebrity lawyer like you, si Ferdy Topacio, who happens to be the official spokesperson
Siya ang celebrity lawyer, Ferdinand Topacio.
PDP laban na siya na siya yung spokesperson. Sabi niya, recycled lang, kasi sa katulad sinabi ni Attorney Paulo Panelo, recycled lang naman daw ang mga reklamo. What can you say about that?
I don't think hindi problema yan. Kasi hindi naman na-resolve eh. Yung reklamo ng impeachment, hindi nga nagka-trial eh.
On the substance.
Yung
yes.
7 articles of impeachment.
So it's not really recycled. Ngayon, naghanap sila ng ibang venue to bring their complaints kasi nga, walang mangyayari sa impeachment hanggang February. Pero hindi pa na-rule ng any trial itong mga allegations na ito.
But let's assuming I agree with Attorney Paulo. Balikan ko kung Teddy yung kay Attorney Paulo na immune from suit, si VP Sara. I would agree definitely that the ombudsman, whatever the school of thought is empowered by
investigate,
law to investigate VP Sara still
Yes.
for the purposes of filing an impeachment
Yes.
complaint. And ano yung bombastic na, kinikilig talaga ako, like ako talaga, I get goosebumps when I think about it eh. Since may mga file na plunder case, may mga affidavit ni Madriaga, may question dun sa confidential funds
Kasama na ba yung kay Madriaga dyan?
No, I mean the ombudsman eh. Nasa office na niya eh.
Oh, yes.
Ang point may 2 routes. Routes to what?
Yes.
Pathways to what?
Yeah.
To open or get the bank records
Oh.
of VP
Two
Sara.
separate cases yan.
Yes, 2 separate cases. But the point is, the ombudsman is empowered to, for the purposes of filing an impeachment complaint, do case build up, investigate, inquire, and get the bank accounts to see, may pumasok bang pera na confidential funds dun sa bank account.
Oh.
Alam mo, sorry to let you
Yeah,
down, Attorney
okay.
Jess, no? Pero hindi yun mangyayari kasi sinagot na yan ng Supreme Court na ang ombudsman, wala siyang kapangyarihan na mag-inquire into bank accounts kung wala pang na-file na kaso in court.
Yes.
I think that's the Marquez versus Desierto case. So, yung kinakikiligan mo, sorry, hindi mangyayari yan.
But we have to remember si Ombudsman, Deputy Ombudsman Melchor Calandang, di ba, he was illegally fired by Duterte, pero hindi na yan overturn kasi natapos na yung panahon ni Duterte tsaka ni Ombudsman eh. Deputy Ombudsman Melchor Calandang, sino siya? Sinabi niya na may bank record, yung hawak ni Trillanes is the same bank record na meron siya
Oh, yeah.
from the AMLC.
Not dinenay naman ng AMLC.
But
Yeah.
the question, how was he able to get it?
Kaya nga, dapat meron siyang liability doon.
Because aside from what Attorney Paulo mentioned, hindi lang naman tayo umaasa sa ombudsman law or sa bank secrecy law, umaasa din tayo sa SAL&L law na may waiver ang isang public official to allow the ombudsman to inquire
Let's
into
ask
the bank
the public
records.
official kasi sila nagsasabitin ng SALN eh.
Dapat. I think the ombudsman has the power.
Yeah.
Hindi ko lang alam kung it requires na na-file na yan sa kaso. Whether that is, kung kailan yan mangyayari, I think the ombudsman can eventually open those bank accounts.
Natatandaan ko si si Rep Casino noon, siya yung one of the poorest quote-unquote pag-submission ng SALN.
At saka voluntary yan, natin,
network,
lalabas
diba?
namin. Yeah.
Pero,
Pero Miss Marichu, yung punto is fishing expedition talaga to eh. Kasi kita mo kinikilig si Attorney Jess eh,
Tsaka
na bubuksan na yung bank accounts. Pero yun nga, ang sabi sa batas, hanggat hindi na-file yung kaso, hindi pwedeng gumalaw ang
I
ombudsman
have
ng
to
bank
answer
accounts.
with all due respect, Attorney Paulo, walang kinalaman yung kilig ko sa fishing expedition because hindi naman ako yung mag-i-investigate. And again,
Excited ka lang.
Yes, and with all due respect, kahit na totoo yung sinasabi mo, ako, magle-layer ako ng argumentation dito. Kahit totoo yung sinasabi mo, pag nag-file na ng impeachment case by February 6, meron ng case when the ombudsman can also inquire into the bank records of VP
pero
Sara.
filing lang yon. It has to go through the process.
Sa
Yes.
House of Justice.
Oh,
Sa House of
committee. Sa SecGen muna.
Representatives
Oh.
Committee on Justice.
Oh.
Yes, and ito na naman yung isang kakakiligan ko and sana hindi ma-misconstrue ulit ni Attorney Paulo Panelo, di ba? Yung Supreme Court decision daw is favorable to Sara. Actually, ang sinasabi ko lagi sa mga nagtatanong, in fact, it might be favorable to the anti-Dutertes. Why? Kasi kapag magkakaroon ka ng mini trial sa House, which is what generally the Supreme Court, hindi na natin iisa-isa yung sinabi ng Supreme Court dun sa bagong decision, no? But generally yun yung mangyayari, imbes na mag-trial sa Senate agad, kailangan merong due process daw sa lower house. So, pwede kang magka-mini trial doon. Is the House of Representatives friendly to VP Sara? I don't think so. So, February 6, boom!
Let's watch kung ano yun. Kasi, di ba, nagkaroon ng change of leadership, iba na ang speaker ngayon, di ba?
We'll see.
And let's ask Attorney Paulo, di ba, alam ko si Kitty ang nire-represent mo, pero is the Vice President prepared, is taking preparations already
Hindi ko alam, hindi ko na itatanong sa kanya, pero I'm sure she is. She is that kind of person that's always prepared. So I don't have any doubts na she'll be prepared to confront this.
But are you ready to tell her, advise her that these cases are not politically motivated?
Hindi, kasi yun ang nakikita natin eh. Actually, karamihan ng Pilipino, tingin ko yun ang nakikita eh.
Pero it can't be used as a defense, di ba?
Yes. The evidence will have to be confronted kung meron man. Pero yun nga eh, wala tayong nakikitang mabigat na ebidensya laban kay VP Sara.
Okay, let's close this topic and move on